The new trailer for Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey has been brutally destroyed with dislikes. And it turns out that Universal Pictures released this trailer, which currently has 45,000 likes and 178,000 dislikes. Just as you heard, 45,000 likes and 178,000 dislikes in just a few hours. That means this trailer is going to surpass 200,000 or maybe even 300,000 dislikes. And guess what? Here's where something brutal comes in. It turns out they released the same trailer in a bunch of countries, and in every country, it got destroyed. For example, Universal Canada, 928 likes and 12,000 dislikes. That's crazy. Actually, we have another account that posted the trailer. 666 likes and 6,000 dislikes. Incredible. Here we also have Universal Spain. Now let's check the comments, right? Here we can see 963 likes, 4,100 dislikes. Impressive. We have the Italian version. Just look at that. 1,600 likes, 1,900 dislikes. I don't know why I'm not surprised. Honestly, that country is done for. And we also have the Mexican version. 1,200 likes, 12,000 dislikes. This has been a total destruction. I mean, the vast majority of people are hating and rejecting this. In fact, just look at who shows up here. Can you see him? Elliot Page, or rather Ellen Page, whichever way you want to call him. He appears on screen. Incredible. As you can imagine, they didn't disable the comments. And no, we have some brutal gems. And the scene where they rap, as they say here. 586 likes, 1.6 million dislikes, no, 1,600. But anyway, the Wokdisea and the Trojan Unicorn. The part about Ellen Page seems like a joke. And they only show her for a second so it won't be too cringy. The Greek gods will be very angry about this adaptation. Elena de Camboya and Achilles' heel. Hey, Elena de Camboya actually worked well. The Simpsons predicted it before. Ellen Page looks about as believable as my 8-year-old little brother playing wrestling. They say they won't even pirate it. They messed up with this inclusive movie, so I doubt it will be relevant at the box office. In the end, Christopher Nolan will get a lot of hate for this, even though he already does. Let's be clear. The box office issue for the movie is a bit complicated. The media is trying to sell the idea that this movie is going to be a super successful hit. I'm going to talk to you a bit about that. Look, please pay attention to the following. Here they tell us the overwhelming success of the pre-sale for The Odyssey, the new epic film by Christopher Nolan, has crashed virtual box offices all over the world, they say here. The overwhelming success is a historic event for being the first in history to be filmed entirely with IMAX cameras. Wow. Here they tell us BFI IMAX. Okay. The film beat Oppenheimer and Dune, Part 2's figures by selling 28,000 tickets in just 24 hours. Watch out for this number. This is brutal. This fact is absolutely crazy and it's 100% real. But there's something that I think isn't talked about much. I'm saying this because the vast majority of media, after this, when they say, oh my god, it completely crashed, the media sells it as if this movie is going to be a huge hit, it's going to be a historic film, and that it's even going to surpass Oppenheimer at the box office. And I'm not so sure about that. I mean, it could be, I'm not denying it, but I want us to see where the trick is with this. Look. This IMAX version is located in the center of London, United Kingdom. Okay. It is located right in the middle of a well-known pedestrian roundabout very close to the Waterloo train and underground station. Go! This IMAX screen has only one cinema hall with a single screen. I mean, just imagine he sold 28,000 tickets for one specific screen in London. I mean, we all know about London and England. It's a former country. That's the reality of the United Kingdom. It's on the ground, it's collapsed, but still, selling 28,000 tickets is no small feat. However, it's not enough for this movie under any circumstances. I mean, this movie wouldn't even come close to being profitable by selling only 28,000 tickets. The movie needs to be a hit in the rest of the world, but they're already selling this as a huge success because obviously it's a marketing strategy to try to sell and boost this movie, which really needs it. Now here's what it says. They say it's not a traditional multiplex, but an iconic building designed exclusively to house the largest movie screen in all of the United Kingdom. Its unique auditorium has a total capacity for 493 spectators, and the screen measures 26 meters wide by over 20 meters high. So that's exactly where this movie is going to be shown, where they've sold a lot of tickets and where they've broken records. The problem is, as I said, this doesn't mean that it has set worldwide pre-sales records. Now we'll see what ends up happening with the Odyssey. The Odyssey is a movie that needs approximately, I estimate, more than $600 million to be profitable. In fact, it would need approximately $625 million, which is not impossible for Christopher Nolan because he has achieved this and more, but it's still quite a challenging figure. I mean, we'll see if he manages to do it. It premieres on July 16th. It premieres very soon. We'll know in a few weeks, but let's see. The situation is a bit delicate for the Odyssey, and as I was saying, it needs quite a lot of money to be profitable. They say the newest trailer for the Odyssey by Christopher Nolan has more dislikes than likes on YouTube. Many viewers have criticized the apparently modern dialogue in the movie and the casting choices that lack historical accuracy. Actually, many Greeks are offended by this. Many Greeks consider this an insult to their culture. Many Greeks accuse Hollywood of being hypocrites because these people often talk to you about cultural appropriation and how bad it is. But they took something from Greek mythology and did cultural appropriation, adding inclusion and diversity to it. So I find it quite peculiar, right? In fact, to the point that they're basically giving us Helen of Troy as Samuel Jackson. Incredible. I mean, this is outrageous. This image is simply epic. I think we would all be happier with something like this, right? I think the vast majority of you would agree. Many of you would say that this one does represent Helen of Troy more than Lupita Nyong'o herself. And let's look at the difference. Just look. Helen of Troy from the year 2004. Helen of Troy from the year 2026. Just look at this. The most beautiful and gorgeous woman in the world, Helen of Troy. Here you have her. Small but significant differences. No, incredible. Now let me tell you and remind you. This movie is directed by Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan is not just some random guy, he's no fool. Christopher Nolan is a very experienced guy who has always made really good movies. That's the only thing I want to make clear to you. Now, the truth is that with the casting choices, he went overboard. I mean, he really went too far. There was no need for that. There was absolutely no need to do this nonsense. I mean, he went overboard with the casting choices for the Odyssey. We'll see about the quality of the movie. We'll see if it's good or bad. Look, I personally haven't seen it, so I can't judge it. But the casting choices, especially Lupita Nyong'o and Ellen Page, seem pretty questionable to me. I'd like to hear your thoughts and opinions on this. See you next time.